Next up is the women's title match. Trish Stratus versus Jazz versus Victoria. This one lasts about 7 minutes, and Trish wins the match after a kick to the stomach on Victoria. Oh man, let's start with your thoughts on this one.
This is absolutely tremendous. I could not believe how good this is. I was genuinely caught off guard. You've got 3 good people in there. Jazz's music is incredible as well. Stevie Richards is coming down looking happy as Larry, and he's absolutely loving it. It's just tremendous. I don't really know how to word it without going through the whole match in detail, because it is fast-paced. Jazz puts on an STF that would make John Cena squirm at one point. She is wrenching. I think it's on Trish. She's wrenching. It looks absolutely horrible. So Trish Stratus wins. And the only comment that the commentators make is how beautiful she is. And I was like, well done, commentators. You've just shit on 7 minutes of tremendous action there with your chauvinistic wording.
Yeah, well, I think that is key to why the women's division struggled to take off for so very long, is that, as you say, this is actually a good match, and they work really hard, and they're clearly far better than the women's division was at one point. They're obviously in general working hard over this period to get better and improve and, really, really up their game. And then they get that comment at the end and you're like, what have you got to do? Tom, your thoughts?
Well, it's just interesting. Yeah, the commentary was very much a lot of that, which unfortunately is what you expect at the time. Yeah, the match in itself was good, but yeah, you're right. Oh man, it's undercut by everything. I mean, and also what I will say as well, if you think about the 2 women's segments in this pay-per-view and put them, in conjunction next to each other, we'll obviously refer to the other one later. But it's night and day. But unfortunately, the attitude towards them both is the same. One of which is a really good wrestling match. The other is just a bit of TNA, and they're talked about in the same manner, which, as you said, is doing the women in this match a massive disservice, because they if they had bollocks, they'd have worked them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good match. It's for 7 minutes as well. That's all they've got to do here, and there's 3 of them, so it's all a little bit more rushed and a little bit more busy than you'd want it to be. It's still very, very good. They even managed to get a moment where Steven Richards gets involved and tries to hit Trish Stratus with a chair, misses and hits the rope, and the chair goes back into his head. Classic comedy spot there with the steel chair.
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
The Jazz STF, she starts with a single leg Boston Crab, which already looks pretty painful, and then transitions into the STF from there, which is really cool. I think the start is a little bit messy. There's a few moments where there's a bit of awkwardness, and in fairness, I would argue that most of that is down to Trish, who is still developing at this point, still becoming better as an in-ring performer. But by the end, it's really quite good. The end sequence, the last 3 or 4 minutes, are really, really quite good. And as I say, I agree with you, man. I was quite surprised, because you always think back to this era and think the women were just there for the TNA. But in fairness to them, they aren't taking that attitude. They are coming out there and trying to do the best they possibly can with what they're being given. And it kind of makes you think about, there are some people out there who say you couldn't have made a crowd drawing women's division in the late 90s and early 2000s. And I think on this evidence, that's not true. You just need to have presented them better. And that's why when we look at Royal Rumble 2021 and they list off some of those wrestlers who come down and they call them legends, I think that's why they're doing that now, because just to be recognized as a pro wrestler as opposed to just a model in this day and age was so difficult. It's a testament to these 3 women in this match that you could go back and go, actually, these were 3 really quite good wrestlers. And given the time, the presentation, and the seriousness, there was actual real value in those women and a good women's division at the time.
Lovely. Well said.